Hey everyone, Wolf81TX here, and today I'm bringing you a 44 Magnum by Inner Arms. This is the Virginian Dragoon. Now I know a lot of you probably haven't heard of that one before. It's not a well-known firearm, but it used to be. They got phased out just because at the time Interim could not keep up with Ruger. Ruger was selling their guns for $225 if I remember correctly. These were going for around $280. And so the Ruger was just outselling them in that way. I prefer these. These have a lot more character. They're good shooters. And personally, if I can find another one, I'm getting another one. The biggest thing what drew me to this gun after I did a little research was they're all made in the USA. And on the bottom of the butt, you have an inscription. There's, I believe, 4, maybe 5 different inscriptions for each pistol. This one says Liberty Forever. I saw that, I had to have it. There was just no questions about it. I couldn't get a hold of the guy fast enough. I wanted this gun. So, another reason I wanted a 44 is I love the versatility of that gun. The 44 Magnum, if you want to go hunting with it, you need to bring down something big and heavy, load it up with a 44 mag. You want to do some light planking, or if you're going after something a little smaller, you don't need that much, load up the 44 Special. Works great. So I'm going to do a recoil test just to show you guys what the difference is between a 44 Magnum, 44 Special, and I'll also pop off a round with my 1911 45 just so you can see the recoil difference in all of them. So, gonna load up. Oh, before I forget, another great addition to this gun, you know, on revolvers, you don't want to load all 6 cylinders if you're gonna be carrying it around. Why? Because on most of them, if there's not a plate in between there as that safety, which on several revolvers that plate it's not on there, you want to leave one cylinder empty just so you don't have an accidental discharge. On the Dragoon, you have a dot flanking one cylinder on each side. Not sure if you can see that. Let me see if I can focus on it. There you go. You can see the dots. And so when you actually want to load it up and you want to leave that one cylinder empty, all you got to do is take it around to where you see one dot on each side of the frame. Then you know it's sitting on an empty cylinder. You've got 5 rounds. You know the firearm is safe to carry without any chance of an accidental discharge. All right, let me go ahead and load up 144 Magnum. These are 185 grain Remingtons. And then 144 Special, 180 grain. So you'll actually get a true idea of what the recoil difference is per the bullet size. Make sure that's on there. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do this one-handed, that way you can actually see the recoil. There's the 44 Magnum. 44 Special. Now, I pull out my 1911 Colt. It's 45 ACP. We'll do it the same way. Keep in mind, 45 ACP and a 1911's got a little bit of a pop. And I was trying to freehand that a little bit just to kind of give you an idea. The 44 Special really does not kick that much, so you can let your girlfriend shoot it. It's not gonna come back and bop her in the head like you see on so many videos. So let me go ahead and unload the cartridges here. Now this is an old style revolver, so you have to use this ramrod here to get the cases out. Those down there. Alright, I've got a couple of bottles back here. Gonna see what a 44 Magnum will do to a 2-liter. Actually, what I'll do is I'm gonna load them up. One Magnum and one Special, and you get to see kind of what each one will do. Alright, I've got 4 cartridges loaded. First with the 44 Magnum, then the Special, then another 44 Magnum, then the Special again. Alright, let's see what happens. Woohoo! I think I just showered my camera. Yes, indeedy I did. Well. Oh, we'll go ahead and shoot the rest of them off. Okay, 44 Special. Woo! I have to go home, shower, and wash my guns. Oh, things I do. 44 Magnum again. Ha! I am covered in soda. Now for the 44 Special. Let's hit some lime. Ooh. Whew. Now that I am soaked with soda and my gun is soaked with soda, luckily. Got a t-shirt out so I can take care of the gun first. Get all of it. Alright, we're gonna pull the cylinder out. Now, if you've never pulled one of these out, just got a rod right here. You push on this button, pull the rod out, and the cylinder drops out. So when you go to clean it, that's all you gotta do. Especially in a case like this where I want to get all that soda out of the action. Now, another really cool thing about the Dragoon that I really liked, it was a great feature, is it actually does have a safety. It's a rather unique safety. It's simple, but it works. And that is, you put the hammer back at half cock, and then that same button that you use to pull the rod out so you can release the cylinder, you push that button in, then you press that rod back. This locks it into a second notch, so to speak. Now, not sure if you can see it, but I'm gonna try. As you'll see, the end of that rod is actually sticking out right there. So, even if somebody gets it, they go to fire, it's going to stop it before you can actually get the to the firing pin. And to me, I like that. I mean, it's simple, it's effective, it works. Now, another cool thing is once you do that, it locks the gun up. You can't pull back on the hammer. You can't roll the cylinder, you can't do anything. It locks this gun up completely. So it becomes even more safe than it was before. The only way to undo it is you've got to push in on the pin, pull that rod out, gun automatically goes into its first notch safe position. Then you can bring it back to half cock and do anything you need to do. Gun's back in normal. So, another thing I believe I forgot to mention earlier is this is the 6.5 inch barrel. And you can see, I mean, it doesn't recoil that bad considering it's actually quite manageable even with the 44 Magnum. So, I'm actually looking for another one. When I find one, I'm gonna probably try and pick it up. I'm gonna try and get all the inscriptions. I believe one of them says Yorktown, and oh, I forget what the other ones are, but look them up, and the history of these guns is actually pretty cool. Now for grips, if you do have one, and like I've got to do, is because this one does have a chip on it, is grips, I believe you have to go through Eagle Grips is probably the best one. There's one or two others out there. And from what I've heard, Eagle Grip is the best one just because they custom fit all of their grips, so it's not gonna be, you're not gonna have any undue stress on the grip itself, and they should last longer. When I was on the website, I think the cheapest one was $69, so they're a little pricey. Most of them are $100, and then they have a couple that are $250, $350. But if this interests you, I hope it did. I mean, I love this gun, and if you can find one, pick one up. You won't be sorry that you did. So I'm gonna go home. I'm going to shower, get all this soda off of me. So y'all take care.